Hello there, and welcome back to War Thunder aboard the Z4, the new German premium destroyer of rank 2, battle rating 4.3, and its actual name is Z1 class Z4 Zerstörer D178, and it's from 1960, and it was the former USS Claxton DD571, and this used to be a Fletcher class destroyer with basically one turret removed, so you have four single 5-inch 38s, and all the 40mm etc. got also removed, and they got replaced with three twin 76mm-50 Mark 33 autocannons, which do not double function as secondaries, which I personally prefer, and they are really useful against aircraft while you are in battle. And one funny feature is that this has also the Mark 10 Hedgehog mortars forward, 48 of them. They have a slight angle, so they're not completely straightforward. So far, I've never made a single kill with them, I think, over the years of playing War Thunder, but they are there for those who specialize on such things. And another gimmick is you have two separate types of torpedoes. And I wanted to start with this battle here because it was just so ridiculous with the first few shots all causing ammo wrecks. Sadly, that's not working every time like this, but when it happens, I like to feature it because it's so good looking. And this guy was basically killed by his team, who rammed him, who denied the return fire to me, or the accurate return fire. And we also give here this Japanese destroyer, which I still have try out because I've been told it's ridiculously good. Yeah, I can get him under fire and get behind cover again. And let's get back to the torpedoes. You have two different torpedoes. The center line quintuple launcher are the 533mm Mark 35 torpedoes. You don't have the option of a torpedo mode or deactivating it. And so those torpedoes are slow with 50 kilometers per hour. That's really slow for a torpedo, with a range of just short of 14 kilometers, which is not bad. But the TNT equivalent is less than 200 kilograms. That means you shatter on the light anti-torpedo protection of some light cruisers, even not even speaking the 250 kilogram protection of heavy cruisers. But dreadnoughts or destroyers or a cruiser without a torpedo protection, they will still take damage, but you only have 5 of them, and they are visible a long way ago. And then you have to each side a single launch tube of 12.75-inch Mark 44 torpedoes. They are slightly faster, 56 kilometers per hour. They have significantly less range, only 5.5 kilometers, and they have a laughable TNT equivalent bursting charge of 54 kilograms. They were meant as anti-submarine torpedoes, I guess. That's a feature we cannot use so far in War Thunder, but maybe you have a special scenario where you expend all your torpedoes, you're in a cap, and you are reloading the torpedoes, and then because every launcher gets counted separately, the first reload reloads you 3 torpedoes, and then every single reload just 1 for the quintuple launcher. And that's probably the most outstanding feature for the torpedoes. Now, this is by far the most outstanding anti-air platform for Germany so far. It's significantly better in that aspect than any other previous normal German destroyer, and it has the unique feature that this is the only real destroyer with armor, you know, the 12mm anti-fragmentation armor, which makes it hilariously effective versus HE, which you can see, which you just could see in the fight versus the IJN Akitsuki, where I also skillfully avoided the torpedoes. And here again we can see the AA working with the radar, you know, that gives you a lead indicator. You have 5-inch 38s with the heavy AA with proximity fuse, which is further aided by the before mentioned 3-inch autocannons. This is an absolute nightmare for aircraft to approach. When coming back to the armor, there is still the Type 1936C, the project, which is featured as the Z46 in the tech tree, and the Z47 as a premium. They also have armor, but they're not that effective, and they don't have any sort of SAP. Which brings us to the ammunition of the 5-inch 38. It's the same as with all the US destroyer. Normal AG with 3.22 kilograms, then 2 SAPs, which exchange TNT yield for penetration and vice versa. I just used a similar lineup or loadout of the shells, just like with the Frank Knox, the Cowell, Davis, Phelps, Moffett, you name it. And I would put the ship itself in terms of raw combat value somewhere actually between the USS Alvin, USS Bagley, and on the other side the USS Summer Fletcher Gearing, you know. But you have only 4 guns. With the problem of the accuracy, you sometimes really feel this. It's not a deal breaker because you're battle rating 4.3. You get a effective differently matchmaker than battle rating 4.7. There is a huge difference in the amount of cruisers that you see. I actually made the problem myself that I included a German destroyer with a battle rating of 4.7 in the lineup, which I changed way too late, but I changed it. And here you can see I'm absolutely dominating through my performances in terms of turret rotation speed, fast rate of fire, the huge ammunition supply, the diversity in ammunition, the radar, etc. I just dominated the middle. At the end, I wanted to show you this hilarious battle because it is... We literally spawned less than 4 kilometers from the enemy. That's right at the start of the game. This is not edited, this is not cut out, this is the raw battle. This just happened to me once, and I hope it will never happen to me again. It was chaotic, I couldn't position myself, there was no cover, I was immediately focus fired. You can see the damage coming in. I don't know what to do, where to drop my torpedoes, etc. I hope for the best, but it's wild. And this is where you really feel the significant drop in firepower compared to something like the Moffett or the Frank Knox. Speaking about the Frank Knox has the advantage that here the Z4 misses, that you have 4 5-inch 38s facing forward, whereas you have only 2 turrets facing forwards, single turrets, and the first turret has an optical device on top which restricts the field of fire of the super firing single turret. So very often, especially at short distances and the respective angles, you have only 1 effective barrel facing forward, and that can be a problem. You have to work around this. Again, it's just, if I'm cherry picking here on problems, that would be the most outstanding feature to criticize here. Overall, I really like this destroyer. I hope that we see more of them, but I do not understand why Gaijin has put ships like the Z43, the Z47 without any sort of SAP, and the ineffective AG, and a lot of other German destroyers like the Z47, Z20 Kalgauser, Z25, you know, which have not even close the performance at battle rating 4.7, and this one at 4.3. And there are 2 reasons why I recommend it as a beginner's ship, because it is not completely overpowered, but it's really good as a learner ship. You have a lot of features like the proximity fuse, the various different SAPs rounds that you can switch between, which trade penetration for yield, TNT yield, where you can play around the proximity fuse together with the radar versus aircraft, as you saw previously. Then you have a decent speed and you get some civil lines. The reason why I do not recommend this are basically 2. First of all, it's only rank 2, so that means it stops being effectively a good grinder after rank 3. And you know, that is relatively quickly done. So if you want to look for a real grinding machine, that is probably not the best case. And the other thing is it doesn't have the ridiculously high civil line modifiers that we can find on some other ships. So in this case, the start modifier is 3.8. Again, that's not bad, but it's not as excellent as 6.0, which you can find on almost all premium cruisers, premium battleships, and even tier 3 cruisers such as the USS Cowell, the USS Moffat, the USS Davis, the USS Phelps, the USS Detroit, and the USS Frank Knox has 5.85, but still that is very good. And I think that I kind of wanted to present you a fun ship, a ship that just gives you good experience, better experience, where you can learn better, where it forgives you if you miss a salvo because there is such a quick reload. Start with a ship like this, right? A destroyer, but low tier performance, where it doesn't matter, where you have quick action. This is where you learn a lot. Not high tier cruisers or battleships, because currently they are really cooked. This is my recommendation. It's a fun little ship. I was really having fun playing this. It was actually a big relief after playing other ships. The previous 2 battleships that I presented you in the last few days. This is great. This is fantastic, and I love to see this. Now, again, this scenario where we spawn just a couple of kilometers away from the enemy, that's stupid. I wanted to show it to you because it was so chaotic, it was so strange, and it happened to me only once, but the experience was certainly exciting. I actually had no idea what to do, where to fire the torpedoes, where are the shells coming from, who to prioritize. It was chaotic, and it's not optimum, and yeah, you have no idea where the torpedoes are coming from. But that's it for me today. So thanks for watching, thanks for listening. Let me know in the comment section what you liked about this video in comparison to many other high tier stuff, or if you prefer the high tier stuff and I'm alone here with my love for destroyers and light cruisers. I hope to make more videos soon, and as usual, thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and we'll see each other on the battlefields, in the skies, and on the waves of War Thunder.